Hello, everyone. We are here, of course, for the Obelisk 60 finals. Wanted to make sure that everything was running properly because I did actually switch over from Streamlabs to OBS. And this would be the first stream that I'm actually doing on OBS. So if anybody could tell me if you can actually hear me, that would be cool. I'm here a few minutes early, as always, just to make sure that everything is going well and make sure we don't miss any of the match. But we've got 5 or 6 minutes to hang out. What's up, Keeling? I assume that means everything is working over here, which is good news. Sounded good? Sick. All right, I made the change over to OBS, and I also bought a whole, but I bought some plugins, and stuff to make everything sound a little bit clearer. So hopefully things are good. Let me let the people know that. Actually, let me drag this over here real quick. You all saw nothing. Let me let everybody know that everything is good to go for the stream, and the players can start whenever they want. I can't wait to get some new lighting as well and really start upgrading stuff. But we have today, I didn't do all of my homework. I guess I can do that while talking, actually. We have SDL Killa versus Little Mist here in the finals. SDL Killa coming from the winner's bracket already with an invite this year. Whether I'm just gonna check this on stream, whatever, who cares? I don't think Little Mist has an invite. Little Mist indeed does not have an invite. SDL does have an invite. Okay, so yeah, SDL Killa coming from the winner's bracket, so only needs to win one match to take down this Obelisk here. Little Mist needs to win 2 matches, and yes, both are on Warrior. That is correct. Little Mist actually knocked me out of this Obelisk, so I think I'm obligated to be a little bit biased here. Hope Little Mist wins. I always want some, always want to just, see some good games, love a good bracket reset, and all of that. But if I'm going to get knocked out, I would rather the person who knocked me out wins the tournament. Yeah, Warrior Mirror is not very surprising for this one, honestly. I think if I'm right, it's been a while since I've been in this Obelisk, but I'm pretty sure it was me on Machine Gate. My second round opponent was on complete hand disruption, like Dawn Zalu, Spear Reaper, Thestalos. And then there was 1 Chaos Turbo player and 5 Warrior players in this Obelisk. So a lot of Warriors. Doesn't surprise me at all that we ended on a Warrior Mirror here. For those of you who are watching this that also watched part 1 of the Obelisk 61 finals, where the bracket reset match for that got rescheduled, that is going to be tomorrow morning. Let's just double check the time on that. Let's see, I posted it in announcements here. Looks like, God, I'm gonna have to get up early. The finals of Obelisk 61, the very final match will be tomorrow at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. I know Monday morning is perfect time for everybody, right? SDL going for number 3? Wow. Yeah, I actually just pulled up your your spreadsheet. Return winner. Thank you for sending me that. However long ago that was. All right, SDL is hosting. Might get our game here pretty soon. 3 invites is quite a lot. We'll see. See if SDL can pull it down here. I don't remember anything about the Warrior decks, like specific card-wise. I think they both looked fairly standard, but... Oh, D-Day Merrick took down the LCQ. Very nice. Unfortunately, Exodia was not able to win that LCQ. For those of you who weren't watching the live stream for that, there was an Exodia deck in the top 4 of LCQ number 2 today. Excited for LCQ number 3 as well. All right, Little Miss says they're on the way. Let's go. It's been a pretty hype day. We had Exodia. Some other recordings that I did earlier today were just insane. It's a good time. Oh, the player's... Oh, of course, the player's German. I saw the name. That makes a lot of sense. I reached out to that player in hopes of grabbing an interview. I do not have the... Well, actually, I do have the Exodia list. Aiko sent it to me a while ago. Actually, I didn't know that it was this specific player that the list was from. But yeah, I actually do have the list, which is kind of wild. I don't see... Is SDL Killer not? Just talking with the players here. There we go. Got it. All right, here we are. The finals. Obelisk number 60 here. Let's see who can take it down. Nice little warrior mirror. They can get pretty grindy, of course, but I'm hoping that we don't have something that's like, 4 hours long. But hey, if it takes that long, it takes that long. Bracket resets can last quite a while in these untimed rounds. All right, Little Miss going first here. I like the Abyss Dweller sleeves. Those are pretty sick. I remember playing in a regional the weekend that set was released. I had to find me an Abyss Dweller and a Gaga Cowboy that day. So that was kind of fun. All right, we see a Blade Knight, couple of sets from Little Miss. Pass over to SDL, who's going to lead on Pot of Greed. Pretty excellent start. No Jar Robber from Little Mist, unfortunately. Breaker coming on down. That's a really good one here. If we can take out a Battle Trap and just crash with the Blade Knight, that's a really good turn. Take out the Battle Trap, step 1. And we do get the crash with the Blade Knight. Okay, so +1 off of Pot of Greed, +1 off of Breaker. It's a pretty good way to start out the match if you're SDL Killa. Here comes Sasuke. Trying to get in there for 1800. We just take it. All right. SDL down to 6200. But I would still say, you know, after the first turn, SDL probably a little bit advantaged here. All I'm saying is Jar Robber should be played a little bit more better. We need some Jar Robber in this format. We see a set monster from SDL. Interesting. Get some value out of level 2 here. I'm not exactly sure what this set monster is. Ooh, we're gonna torrential. Okay. Nice little 2 for 2. That's not a bad trade when you're already up. I thought Moth could be the one. I'm not privy to the exact deck list of these players. Had an idea, like, you know, it could have been Moth, could have been a main deck like Spirit Reaper, something like that. Kaiku coming down, okay. Maybe clear this graveyard really quick. We don't have it dark just yet, but taking all the lights out so you can't get backdoored by a BLS is pretty nice. Little misthinking here. Yeah, we're gonna rip off the torrential. Makes sense. We gotta clear this Kaiku somehow. It is a threat here for sure. Especially if you don't have like a monster follow-up. If you have a Blade Knight, then maybe you could consider, you know, not taking it out. Well, there's Rhoda. That could definitely be a Blade Knight. Could also be a Donald. Get Donald Zalug going here. Having to think about it. Oh, DD Warrior Lady. Okay. That's also a solid pickup. DD Warrior Lady, you know, removal on legs. Quite nice in the aggro mirror. Let's see if it connects. We haven't seen any battle traps from SDL. It does get in there for 1500. We have Dark Light online from SDL here. And just another Kaiku. Okay. That can still clear the lights out of the graveyard if the attack gets through. See if that's what we want to do. Sasuke out of here. Blade Knight out of here. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Kaiku is also getting out of here, but I think you're pretty okay with that. If you're SDL, you're still up on cards here. +2 in a full turn cycle. Though life points down to 4,700. It's not nothing, but 4,700 with like no threat of BLS at all from your opponent is totally fine. Couple of jogs from Little Miss here. Digging ever so deeper into that deck. Got another back row. All right, we have finally run out of monsters over there. And, oh, double trap does shoot. SDL's been holding on some cards for a while. We could definitely hit both of these. It's going to be really bad for Little Miss if one of these misses. Or both. That would that would be nightmare scenario, of course. But even one of these missing is just picking up another plus for SDL. Oh, it's all monsters. Okay, so both of them are going to hit. We've got a BLS over here that is online. But we have 2 Blade Knights. BLS and Blade Knight. That's what I would have chosen. Though this other Blade Knight is coming down for 2k here. Pretty good chunk of life points. We're almost almost even here on the life points. SDL still up quite a few cards. So advantage bar definitely goes that way. I gotta get an advantage bar at some point. I mention it so much. I gotta get that made. See what the Little Miss follow-up is here. Exile Force, that's pretty good. Clear the big threat. We know the only card in hand left over is Mystic Swordsman level 2, which may as well just be a dead card. Can poke in for 900 at least once. Just at the worst, right? It's not everything you're hoping for in life, but... Advantage bar would be sick. Did we draw BLS? We drew BLS off the top? Okay. That's well, that's what we call in the Magic world the Thoughtseize bug. Setting the level 2 makes some sense here. If Little Miss doesn't have anything here, though, the BLS could just win the game. We could be in for a short stream here. Okay, tribe coming down. That's a way to clear everything, monster-wise at least for SDL. Well, Ring, yeah, Ring's gonna have something to say about that. So SDL taking down game 1 here in pretty dominant fashion. Started out with a turn 1 +2, and just kind of never gave that up, right? Who is Petty? I wish I knew. All right, Little Miss back against the wall. Gotta win 2 games in a row here. Petty stealing Cubs ideas, yeah. That's what Petty's known for, right? I'm glad everything is working with the OBS. I was just gonna do this stream with Streamlabs to make everything easier. And I loaded it up. I'm like, oh no, I deleted all my filters. Welcome, Sam. Do some lives every now and then, mostly just commentating for those. Most of my me actually playing streams are on Twitch. But we've got a T set for Little Mist and Breaker coming on out here. We have picked up a +1 already for SDL, and we're going to attack into Gravekeeper Spy. It's going to slow things down to a halt here, at least for a little bit. Well-placed Tribe could take those out, though it would also take out the Breaker. I think you'd be pretty happy to make that exchange, though. To get those spies out of here. Oh, speak of Sasuke. Speaking of Sasuke. It's coming down for a Little Miss. Maybe take out this Breaker. Yep. Breaker is out of here, so picking the plus back up through battle, as Warrior is very good at doing. What if instead of back to square 1 was back to square 2? Would that bounce 2 monsters from the opponent's side for just 1 discard? Dust Tornado hit Torrential. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Now we can summon freely. We do have to contend with potential Mirror Force from attacking with a bunch of monsters, but Graceful Charity may find something to say about a Mirror Force if it is back there for SDL. Thank you, Sam. I believe actually almost the entire series ends up being Machine Gate. And I'm pretty sure it switches over to that like entirely pretty soon. The videos going up now are recorded like in June, so I don't remember exactly what's going on where, but okay, Graceful Charity into Pot of Greed for Little Miss here. Think this is justice for how game 1 went. No Dark in the Graveyard just yet, but we do have 2 Gravekeeper Spies. Maybe we can get into the grave at some point here. Assuming we pick up a BLS and need it, but... why don't these guys just go to the Obelisk store and buy an Obelisk win? If you could pay your way to Worlds, may have considered that. Probably a good thing that you can't pay your way to Worlds, honestly. Kinetic Soldier out of here via Exiled Force, and Sasuke is gonna connect. So SDL is gonna have to get something going to take care of this board. Blade Knight. I imagine we're setting some more. Yeah, we're setting a few cards here. Maybe get over that Sasuke. No, Sakuretsu is just going to take that out. Little Mist firmly in the lead here, I would imagine. Premature Burial, okay. That's not bad. Get back the Blade Knight, sure. That's just going to hold off the Sasuke for a turn, but being at, at 4,800 life points, you gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, Heavy Storm. Do we have the Solemn Judgment? Gonna need it. We do not. Okay, so we get a game 3 here. In this first match, Little Miss wins. We go to another match. I love the pace we've been seeing so far. It's pretty nice. It's not, blazing fast where, the players are just like throwing down cards and attacking, but it's not sitting there tanking for 2 to 3 minutes on every single decision. In Warrior, what are the ratios to side deck Gravekeeper Spy? It varies. Some people play 3, some people play 2. I usually don't play any whenever I play Warriors. There's no real rule on how many to side. I think most people that do side Gravekeeper Spy though do just go ahead and side all 3 copies because it is very good in the matchup, and your opponent is likely taking out their Noblemen of Crossouts and their level 2s. As we see Pot Graceful to lead it off for SDL Killa, so pretty good start, just like game 1. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Pot Graceful set monster, set 5. And, we have a Trap Dust Shoot in the deck. Okay. All right, so we brought in Dust Shoot on the play. And we're going to get rid of that Blade Knight. Do we get the information? Looks like we do. SDL Killa is typing. Pretty sick. We have Torrential, Smashing Ground, MST, Saku, Solemn. Okay, so we could have a Solemn War here at some point. But, man, no pressure for Little Miss. Nothing to take out a face-down monster. If this is Magician of Faith, we could just be out of here. Is Mirror Wall better than Sakuretsu in the Warrior Mirror? Better's a strong word. Saku is good. Not like Saku is more reliable, I guess, because you have to have a monster to make Mirror Wall work. So like in this case, you know, Little Miss would obviously rather have a Sakuretsu armor than a Mirror Wall. But I mean, Mirror Wall is very underrated. Okay, so it's not Magician of Faith, but it is Gravekeeper's Spy, which could just run into Torrential here. We'll see. Interesting that Little Miss only set one card. Oh, Breaker? Yeah, we're just playing right into the Torrential here. Could that be... Oh, well, yeah, we have a Solemn Judgment. So yeah, that makes sense. But that's a Solemn Judgment used, right? What's left? Smash and Ground, MST, Saku, Solemn. Okay. You're gonna take a lot of damage here. But if Breaker just like snipes the Saku, game could be over. And we have another Trap Dust Shoot to get that last information. Man. BLS. Well, BLS was a dead card, but wow. I think we might be done here. I think this one might be over. Like, Smash and Ground can take out a Spy, and you can hope that your Saku hits the Breaker doesn't hit the Saku, but man, if SDL just has another Solemn Judgment as well, that could go pretty hard. Mirror Wall set Donzalug. That's pretty sick. All right. Let's see if SDL can just take the game here. We've got another monster. I mean, if you hit the Saku, you know you're clear to go. It's all right. Hits the MST. So Little Mist has some play here. Take out Mirror Force. All right. Spy in. Do we want to take out the Spy or do we want to take out the Breaker? That is the question. It's like we want to take out the... I guess you don't have to take out either. But I think... Oh, Call of the Haunted here? For Kaiku? Wow. So hitting the MST was actually big. So now you do have to Saku one. I imagine you're Sakuing the Kaiku. But if that's just another Solemn down for SDL, we're out of here. Yep, there's the 16. And Book of Moon would be good here. My Body is a Shield. Saku. No, okay. Kaiku's down. No win this turn, but I mean... Hope we got some good top decks. Call of the Haunted. That is not going to do it. And wow. A very, very, very lopsided game 3 there. I'm interested in the reason. I'm probably just missing something. I haven't played Warrior in a long time. But Little Mist could have set a bunch of cards turn 1 and maybe fought over the Solemn to protect that Torrential. But hey, SDL gonna be taking down this Obelisk. Gonna be a short stream here. Yeah, Dust Shoot in the Warrior Mirror, a little ballsy. We did see it on the play, and maybe SDL Killa has, you know, a little bit of info into like Little Mist maybe upping the monster count a little bit in the matchup, because the players, like, the deck lists aren't public, but you do get to watch several replays of your opponent playing. So maybe picked up on something there that made them think that the trap dust shoot was warranted. But yeah, usually it is a card that is cut um, fairly easily in the Warrior Mirror. But yeah, hey, SDL taking this one down. Unfortunately, Little Mist is not able to grab a Worlds invite here, though has been very close several times recently. Maybe Little Mist can take it down in LCQ number 3. But yeah, congrats to SDL for a 3rd invite on the season going into Worlds, which, by the way, is next weekend. Very, very soon. But yeah, looks like a short stream today because that's all we got. No bracket reset, unfortunately, but there will be a stream tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Central Standard Time for those of you who aren't at work or are at work and want to tune in, you know? Forget the company you work for. Let's watch some GOAT, right? But all right. Thanks everybody for hanging out. All the good stuff, even if a short one. Always have fun doing these. And we are going to be doing the very last one tomorrow morning. So hope to see you all there. See ya.